There is. There is. Absolutely. It's a wonderful story because I'm working with Lucy, and I knew that she had worked with Orson, and I said, how did that happen? She said, well, Desi, who was very, very brilliant, he's the guy that created the slave camera and you own it rather than, do it for somebody else. And he said to Lucy, we need somebody for Desi Lou. We need to make product. And she said, well, let's get Orson. So Desi says, where is he? And she said, he's living at the Chateau Marmont. He owes a liquor store over $100,000. He's been charging hookers on a credit card, and he hasn't paid his rent at the Chateau Marmont for months.
Hookers on a credit card.
Yeah, let's pay his debts, take him to Palm Springs and put him in our house and say, write something. So I said, how did that work? And she says, well, 6 weeks go by, 8 weeks, nothing from Orson, but he's charging again. He's charging on our account for food, for drugs, for a tailor. He keeps changing his clothes because he's putting on weight every minute. And Desi said, what's the tab up to? She said, I told him, and he said, that's it. He takes his gun out, and he says, I'm going to talk to him. And she said, Desi had been drinking. I said, you're not going to drive to Palm Springs now in the middle of the night with your gun when you're half loaded. He says, I'm going to talk to Orson, and he's going to answer me correctly. And I said, what did you think would happen? She said, I thought he was going to kill him. Anyway, the next day, Desi comes back, and Lucy said, what happened? He said, I put the gun in his nose, and I said, you fat fuck, you're going to bring us something we can shoot in 3 weeks, or I will kill you.
Unbelievable.
And I said, he did that? She says, Desi was Desi. That's what Desi did, and he always meant what he said. I said, so what happened? She said, 10 days later, Orson rents a limo to take the script back to us in Beverly Hills from Palm Springs. And I said, and? She said, the script was something about the Fountain of Youth. I saw it years ago. I was an architect then, it didn't register. But it won the Peabody, the Sylvania, it won all kind of awards. It was, he broke the fourth wall where the narrator moves in with the cat. It was just brilliant.
How about that?
And I said, that's wonderful. What happened? She said, well, then Desi said, all right, let's do the rest of them. And Orson says, what rest? He says, I can't think of another thing.
Oh, wow. So he pulled a gun on Orson Welles in the middle of the night.
Well, the words, I'll kill you, you fat fuck, have a way of transcending
They do.
all kind of situations.
So Desi carried a piece. Hervé Villachez carried a piece. You told me on the phone that Danny Thomas showed you his gun.
Absolutely. He showed everybody his gun.
Wow.
Yep.